Hi everybody, I'm Douglas Burberry and I'm a scholar of history in Tasmania. Over the years there have been several public houses or pubs in Ross. One of these was called the White Conduit House. However, the location of this pub seems to have been a mystery. In his book titled A Short History of Ross, K.R. von Stieglitz mentioned the White Conduit House, but he wrote that it was recorded early but is now unable to be traced. It seemed like an unusual name for a public house, so I did a bit of searching to see if I could find the origin of the name. It appears to have originated with a building which formed part of a leisure resort in the district of Islington in London. The name of the house was derived from certain springs of water in the area, which were conveyed to other buildings nearby. The leisure resort, which was built on the site, was therefore called the White Conduit House. A newspaper advertisement for the resort in 1754 mentions that its attractions included a long walk, a circular fish pond, a number of pleasant shady arbours, hot loaves and butter, coffee, tea, other liqueurs, and unadulterated cream. So it's almost certain that the White Conduit House in Ross was named after this resort in Islington. But where in Ross was it? The answer is fairly simple to find, with the help of the brilliant online databases that we have at our disposal nowadays. In particular, a search of the Trove newspaper database reveals the following advertisement, which was published in the Hobart Town Courier in October 1828. You can see in this advertisement that the White Conduit House was formerly known as the Man of Ross. I have discussed the location of the former Man of Ross pub at Ross in an earlier video. It was situated outside the township of Ross itself, near the main road which ran from Ross to Hobart Town. It was between the main road and the river, almost opposite the house known nowadays as Roseneath. Here is an old chart showing where the Man of Ross was situated in about 1824. You can see the black rectangle marked with "in." This was the site of the Man of Ross. And here is the same area shown on modern-day Google Maps. Gavin Hogg took over the licence of the Man of Ross from the original licensee, whose name was Richard Pitt. He did this in September 1828, and that's when he changed its name to the White Conduit House. However, he only seems to have had the licence for about a year, because a year later, in October 1829, Gavin Hogg was again advertising the White Conduit House, but this time it was in Charles Street, in Launceston, no longer at Ross. And the licence for the White Conduit House at Ross was then transferred to Daniel O'Connor, who changed its name back to its original name, the Man of Ross.